Germany's Alternative für Deutschland has made a sensational entry into German parliament by emerging the third largest party. To those with scant knowledge of Germany, their win was merely an "I told you so" moment. After all, this was the home of the murderous Nazis 70 years ago. What else could one expect? The truth lies elsewhere. The AfD may have fringe-element supporters who sport mohawks and scream foreigners out. Its leaders may have celebrated their victory by declaring they would now get their country and their people back, presumably from the clutches of little green aliens. But whether the politically correct liberal left of the world like it or not, the so-called right wing has been steadily on the rise around the world. And never mind what the chattering classes say, right wing does not automatically translate as racist, xenophobic and intolerant. The far and hard right are undesirable elements of most right-of-centre parties. Many parties ruthlessly use such loony fringes as launching pads merely to register an election victory. Here are some of the right-wing organizations around the world, ranging from rabidly right-wing to conservative. And unsurprisingly, many of those that target foreigners belong to former colonial powers that had colonized the very countries whose people they now shun. There's the National Front, or the Front National, in France, founded by people who had collaborated with the Nazis. Like many others, the Front National, under its leader Marine Le Pen, did try to soften its rhetoric before the last presidential election, which it lost. But there is no doubt that the Front National's brand of nationalism has come to stay. Then there's the United Kingdom Freedom Party, UKIP, which came out of nowhere and quickly became the third largest party in the United Kingdom. Britain colonized and plundered practically half the world, and yet the UKIP wants to kick foreigners out. Across the channel in the Netherlands, there's the Party for Freedom, the country's second largest, which unsurprisingly also wants to close all Islamic schools and ban the burqa. In all these European countries, the spate of terror incidents at the hands of Islamist radical groups like the Islamic State has not helped, but only increased the popularity of the intolerant right wing. The fringe elements may be rabble-rousing, violent thugs. Some may even be led by a Twitter-crazy, unpredictable president. But many conservative parties, like the Republicans in the United States, are just that. Centered and averse to the kind of la-la land liberalism that has inflicted those who call themselves democratic leftists, but in reality display frequent signs of extreme right-wing intolerance when it comes to allowing conservatives to share in the very democratic principle of free speech. The situation in India is not very different from that in the United States. Prime Minister Narendra Modi continues to be everybody's favorite whipping boy. From a sudden monsoon shower to an aircraft delay, from bad restaurant food to a haircut gone wrong, Indian liberal elitists never lose an opportunity to indulge in some good old Modi bashing. His Bharatiya Janata Party does indeed have its share of intolerant and incontinent supporters, but its policies are firmly and definitely centrist. But for a party with rabid elements to register a win in Germany, the model of political correctness due to its dark and murderous past is one matter. To face the barrage of hatred and abuse being heaped upon it now by, yes, liberals is quite another. The AfD is fragmenting already. Just 2 days after the election, its party chief, her husband and at least 2 other leaders quit. Will the world now see the emergence of a moderate AfD? Quite conceivable. After all, this is Germany, and the pressure to shun extremism since the murderous Nazi era runs much, much deeper in German veins than is commonly known. Padma Rao, WION.